Like hip hop. Live on Mix FM. Mix FM.
The music written by Miles Davis, he calls So What?
Miles Davis. You like Miles Davis?
Oh yeah, come on.
Yeah,
who doesn't listen to Miles Davis?
Yeah,
he's got actually a friend of mine is playing him in the movie. Don Cheadle is a good friend of mine. He's doing they did a movie about him. Yeah, it comes out next year, I think.
Nice. So, Fred, as always, it's been really cool talking to you. I just want to talk to you about. We always talk about the state of Arab hip hop. Is it, we talked about it right now, but what, do you think it made it? Like, do you think we've made it a certain, are we there yet? What needs to be done? Like, what needs to be done? We talked about unity. We talked about, projects, blah, blah.
It just has to keep evolving. That's all. It's not there. It's never there yet,
No, I mean, when you talk hip hop, it is there, but Arab hip hop, I think you said it. I remember you saying a long time back, especially female rappers. We only have Malika and Shadi Mansour as the, these two.
There's a couple other ones.
There's, I think, one from Lebanon.
There's Safa from Palestine.
Safa.
There's a few. They're just under the radar,
Yeah, because, being a female and a rapper, and it's like, it's just already more, I think it's like what do these artists need to do? Like, what do we need to do?
They just keep making content, keep making music and putting it out there and letting people hear their voice and hear their messages.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of people get shocked when I play this, but I love to shout out of course and play authentic music on the show. Fredwreck, One of another question that I got here as well is from YM. YM is asking, what do you think of the Saudi rappers Clash and Slow-Mo?
Oh, they're dope. I love Clash. Clash is my friend. Habibi Clash.
Yeah, shout out to Clash.
Slow-Mo's amazing.
Yeah, I think you guys met about last year or something.
Yeah, I know Slow-Mo and Clash. Yeah, they're good, man. Yeah, they're doing their thing. And they just I love them putting their stuff out. I like seeing them collaborate with everybody too, so.
Yeah, I think, do you think when you talk about Saudi rap, man, like
someday people will talk about them and be like, in Saudi rap, those guys are the legends. Those guys were the first guys.
Yeah, in terms of Saudi rap.
Yeah.
So like when you talk about Saudi rap, given the fact that we're in Saudi, man, like some people, again, I host the show for 4 years. Sadly, some people, okay, let me ask you this first. I interviewed Kool Herc about just 2 months ago. And Kool Herc said, you cannot be a rapper if you don't understand hip-hop culture. I just want to take your,
I disagree with Kool Herc.
Okay.
Kool Herc is, he's one of the founders of this genre of music, but just because you're the founder doesn't mean you own it. I mean,
it's worldwide now.
Yeah, a lot of kids, personally, I think if you're going to do a type of music, you should learn about everything about it. Like if you're going to do jazz, you have to know about Count Basie, and you got to know about Louis Armstrong, and you got to know about Cannonball Adderley. You got to know everything about jazz. But that doesn't mean that if you don't know about that you can't go make good jazz music. That's like a little bit, that's not right.
Like culture-wise,
culture-wise, yeah. You should know about everything in it, but if you don't, doesn't make you better or worse as that type of artist. Just because a lot of artists don't know who Kool Herc is, or Sugar Hill Gang, or any of that stuff. Never even heard of them before. They think Tupac is old school, and they make great music now.
Yeah.
That doesn't make them less of a hip hop artist because they don't know who they are.
Correct.
So I don't agree with him. No.
Yeah. Well, there's a track that Arabian Nights did. I want to play it here. It's an old track. It's called Ya Allah. I'm not sure if you heard. I'm sure you know it. We're gonna play it right now. This is called Ya Allah, Arabian Nights. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us the amazing Fredwreck is with me. Muhammad Saman from Jeddah Legends is with me, and the one and only Raed is of course doing this amazing video. Hit us up on Twitter, big_Hus. Wow. Okay. Fredwreck, my man, you got a question from, let me get that, Gray Day.
So reminisce.
Yes. Gray Day, if I'm not mistaken. Please ask him this. First of all, he's saying, you're one of the best producers all around the world. So ask him, how does he start with a beat?
I tell him, stop lying.
No, why?
How do I start with a beat?
Bass first, etc. Also, who is?
There's no rules. I don't know. I don't have any way that I start.
There's no rules.
No, I just, some days I go in there and I play guitar and I just come up with something and I start from there. Some days I'll go put some sounds on the keyboard and then I come up with something. Some days I sit and make a beat and I come up with something. Some days it just depends, you know.
Can a situation, something happening in the country or in the world, inspire you to produce a beat?
Yeah, of course. Everything inspires you. Stuff you see on the news, love, just everything, anything.
Good things, bad things.
My mom will call me and yell at me. It'll make me want to go make something. So.
Yeah. You know, Fred, you come, like I said, from a Palestinian background. How is, I'm not sure if that's something that is, what you call, like, you know, the rapper or the hip hop industry know about you, but when the people, they just find out, what's their first reaction? That you come from a Palestinian background or Arab background?
You mean people out in the West?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't even know what Palestine is. They're like,
really?
Palestine? What is that? Pakistan? No.
No, you got that reaction?
Oh yeah, of course. There's a lot of people don't know what Palestine is.
Like nowadays? Like
sure. And then I have to sit there and be like, come here, sit down, man. Let me explain this to you. And then, you know, then I have to go through the whole history and then they always walk out like, wow, really? That's what it's about? Like, yeah. So I'm proud. I'm a proud Palestinian.
Yeah.
I love my people. I love my country.
You always represent.
I never forget who I am. You know? And I always tell people, yeah, I was born in America, but I'm Palestinian. My mom and my dad is Palestinian.
Where's home?
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But I grew up in a Palestinian house. You know, I grew up, my first language was speaking Arabic. And it's not as good as it was when I was probably a kid now, but you know, that's never gonna change. And I always find myself trying to educate people about the situation and whenever something's happening in the news, I always try to like be a wormhole into showing people what the real side is, because the problem is in America, the Palestinian problem is very skewed from the media, because the media is controlled by people that are showing it in the Israeli way.
In a certain way, or Zionists, you can say that,
in the bad way.
Yeah.
So, and it's not like that.
Yeah.
With, you know, now with the internet and
alternative
Facebook,
media.
Yeah, now with the internet and the other things, people really see what it is, and that's scaring the lights out of the people that are supporting that. You know what I mean?
I see that. Yeah.
So that's good, and I'm going to keep helping supporting that as much as I can. You know, until the day our flag flies over Jerusalem, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, inshallah. Do you think an artist, like, is it like we talked about that again? But do you think an artist has a certain, you know, like a Palestinian artist has a certain, you know, job here, or you know? Yeah.
Nah, I don't think
to reflect the truth, at least what's happening. You know,
I don't think they do. You know, I choose to do it because I love my people and I love who I am. You know, somebody was asking me the other day, "Hey, do you know DJ Khaled?" And DJ Khaled, he's never says anything about Palestine. I'm like, yeah, that's not great, but I don't diss him for that, because he's an artist, and if he wants to be public about that and speak out against, you know, be political, that's on him. You know, if I was him, I would, but I'm not him, so maybe he doesn't want to do that. You know, I don't knock him for doing that.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of artists that aren't Palestinian that speak for Palestine. You know,
that aren't Palestinian.
Yeah, some of the biggest supporters of Palestine and the movement is like Roger Waters from Pink Floyd,
and Bono as well. I think.
There's a lot of artists that support it. So you know, the more that do, the better. Yeah, of course, but I don't look down at an artist that doesn't support it.
Do you think that music can make that difference? Like,
of course, yeah.
Because I think it would be naive for people not to think that it can.
No, because if you have fans that are artists, people love you and your music, and they love everything about you. You start being almost like a cult following.
Nice.
So people like to know where your influences are and what influenced you, and if they really love you for who you are, they're going to want to take interest in that. So if you love Pink Floyd and you love Pink Floyd for what they're about. Their music is political, and it's like, you know, it's very like conscientious music. You know what I mean? So if you know that Roger Waters, he's into the Palestinian movement, you're going to want to learn about that.
Yeah.
And so in that way, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, you know, if I'm talking about Tibet and all that stuff, you're going to want to know what
more about Tibet.
Because when I was a kid, like, artists were into like, oh, Tibet and the free Tibet. I'm like, what the hell is Tibet?
Yeah.
Only thing that we saw from Tibet was
the movie
Golden Child with Eddie Murphy, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
man,
Sadhu Numse and all that. So you know, you want to, you learn about things from the people that you like. It's like a connecting dot.
They affect you.
Yeah, you're making the connecting dot. So when artists in the 80s, like in apartheid, you didn't even know what the hell apartheid was until people started singing about it.
Yeah.
And once people started singing about it, you're like, oh, that's what that's about? Yeah. Oh yeah, I support that too.
Nice.
So that's what I think music can be a good way to show the oppression.
And what's happening like right now in the US, you know, like, you know, what's happening with racial wars and all that stuff. Like what do you, like, just 2-3 days ago there was a shooting.
It's not a war, but it's
not a war, but it's like you know, there's a lot of discrimination and racism. Maybe.
Yeah, there's always been discrimination and racism in America. Look at this idiot we got on TV every day, Trump. Trump is an idiot. Trump is a fool. And you know what? A lot of fools become presidents.
They do?
Hitler was a president.
Yeah.
And he was a fool too. And people believed him. And they went after him and they followed him and they followed what he did. And this dude is the same thing.
But why do you think he has followings? Like what is
Because
that?
a lot of people are idiots.
Are fools too.
Yeah, people are stupid.
Yeah.
Everybody from in between New York and California, you got to watch out for. You know what I mean? Michael Moore, he had a documentary about the whole terrorism thing. And he went to like somewhere in Ohio or something, and he was asking people, "Hey, where do you think that the terrorists are going to attack?" And everybody was like, "I think they might try to blow up the Walmart." I'm like, come on, really? That's the type of mentality of people that you have in those places. You know what I mean? And it's just stupid. And those are the people that he's like going after.
Yeah.
And you would think that he'd say something stupid and he'd go down in the polls.
No, he's going up.
Yeah, the more stupid racial stuff he says, the more crazier he goes.
Fred, what if this happened? What if he did become like what if I'm just
God help us all. You know?
Yeah,
this dude is crazy.
I call it politics for me. Like for me, it's
he's a genius in a way.
He is, huh?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, Hitler was a genius too.
Yeah. In their own.
Think about it. I mean, he was a mad maniac.
Yeah. But
for you to be able to control people on that level, there has to be some type of genius to you.
Yeah.
And he's one of them geniuses you gotta be afraid of. The guy that made the atomic bomb was a genius. He's not the greatest guy in the world either.
Yeah.
True. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, there's levels to being a genius.
Of course.
His level is like the idiot level.
Yeah,
he's an idiotic genius.
He's, I think, creating another. Yo, there's a question from Recta, who's a local producer here. He produces a lot with, he's a producer for Orient Squad and Black Banners. First of all, he's shouting you out big time, and he's saying, can you ask Fredwreck which producer from New York does he listen to or like from New York?
From New York? Oh, there are lots of them. I like. My number one that I like from New York is DJ Premier.
Premier, huh?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You know, Marley Marl, the Bomb Squad. I like Stevie J. I like, there's a lot of guys from New York.
So you got your answer, Marley. You did work with Primo, no? Before?
I just worked with him on Dre's album.
Yeah. Dude, what can we expect from Fred in 2016, man? Like, you know, it's coming up. Like, what can we expect?
I don't know. I mean, I can't think that far ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing certain things. I'm doing a few things. Like I'm actually starting a producer's course at University of Southern California. So
nice.
I'm about to be Professor Rec up there.
Professor Rec.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear the bow tie and everything.
Wait, man.
Give a shout out to the professor.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm doing some other things that aren't in music, but I mean,
that's nice.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of people have been. You know, Narcy Yassine Salman has been teaching us in Concordia.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it.
Ninth Wonder, I think, has a course in Harvard, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure.
I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
But
so,
it's like,
we have Dr. Dre just opened a school in USC. It's like a $70 million donation he did, and so I'm doing a producer's course there. And
when you say producer's course,
it's a
high level producer or
music production. It's a music production curriculum. Yeah,
nice.
It's a Thornton School of Music at USC. So we're doing that, and still doing my production and still getting in the studio. I got a couple songs with Eminem that we recorded a few months ago. That waiting for him to finish his record.
Yeah.
Still working with Snoop, and just with all the artists that I like to work with.
You're making us all proud. Njimi Ismaili saying salute from Egypt. Fred,
Ya Basha, Ya Basha.
Yeah.
المصريين على راسي من فوق يا باشا.
Is there any new work with the Dawn Legend soon? As I adore your work together.
We have a song that we did.
I'm cool.
I'm cool. You heard it?
I played it. I was the first one to play it.
Yeah, we're just waiting to do a video for it. We having some little hang-ups with the video, but Kasai's my bro, man.
Yeah,
we're doing stuff.
Anything other than I'm cool?
We always doing stuff, We're always doing music together.
Yep.
Long distance though, I send him some tracks, he sends me stuff, so.
Yeah. Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have like 15 more minutes with Fred. I'm going to go for a short break. I'm going to be right back with Leish Hip Hop and Mr. Fredwreck. Or shall we say Professor Fred?
Yeah.
Wreck.